We'll begin with Kapalbhati. Sit up straight. Close your right nostril. Inhale. Hold the breath comfortably. Hold your attention on the third eye and relax. When you relax, you are really doing nothing to relax. Any effort creates more disturbance, more tension. Just consciously travel through different areas of your body. See if you are holding any tension anywhere. And let that light of awareness relax the body, the muscles. Close the left nostril. Inhale. and you drop into inner silence. The doer is also non-active. Then relaxation, which is your natural state, manifests by itself. But you may bring your awareness to scan the body for unconscious holdings and let the light of consciousness dissolve it. Light of awareness. Awareness is consciousness, and consciousness is choiceless. All actions begin with choice, for or against. Awareness is neither for nor against what is present. Relax in that state. Stay focused on the third eye. This time inhale through right, exhale through left. Inhale. When you are engaged in choiceless awareness, your attention, your mind is free from self-image. Then your attention is in harmony with prana. You have disengaged it from choice, and therefore you have disengaged it from pre-programmed self-image. Relax. And that is the attention of eight-limbed yoga. Where you are withdrawing from the choice-making ego mind, pratyahara, and that takes you to concentration of mind, attention, which is now the limb of yoga. When attention is engaged by choice for or against, it is ego posture. Inhale through left, exhale through right. Inhale. Your attention could be gripped by the fear, anger, jealousy. That attention represents your pre-programmed condition, self-image. And its self-image is divided, and it is a creation of dualistic thinking, seeing, feeling, and doing. Dualistic means it is in perpetual conflict with I am, that is in perfect harmony with subject and object polarity. In and out through each nostril alternately. Inhale. the choice that emerges from self-image has been made through the reactive perception of everything that you engaged in the past. And therefore, such choices connect you to the past, the self-image that has no existence. So all reactive choices are different from the conscious choice that is made in response to what is present. So choice that comes as a response puts you in harmonious interplay with polarity that exists between subject and the object. And that becomes the link to unity. That means polarity feeds your prana body, and prana body feeds your consciousness through which you connected to it. Jai Bhakti. As I said, there are two kinds of attention, and our attention gets very easily caught when it is connected with our personal fears or addictions. And that is also concentration. It creates this powerful concentration of mind. Our attention is so totally absorbed that the fear, because it is fear or addiction, they both being unconscious, they immediately latch onto our subconscious prana body and suck the life out of us every time. So every emotional reaction is like a parasite. Who is that parasite? Your self-image that you identify with. How to be free from it? So it's a choice through which your pre-programmed past comes. And it is the choice that was made somewhere in the past through reactive perception of objects that you faced. So awareness that we are, so awareness is choiceless awareness. So we are not just awareness, but the I am within us is called choiceless awareness. Another name for it is called witness. Another name is I do not choose. God chooses for me. Thy will be done, my Lord, not mine. And another way the spiritual teaching express is called surrender. I surrender. What do you surrender? You surrender your pre-programmed choice. When you surrender your pre-programmed choice, the choice comes, but not from the pre-programmed past, but it comes from prana's consciousness in direct interaction with reality, using prana. But just as survival level consciousness in which the whole self-image is created, for the survival of the self-image it is created. So its source of energy is unconscious energy. So when you react to something in the present, you are dropping into the subconscious. Immediately you are in survival level consciousness, defending your self-image that has no existence, just memory. So you are using real energy for defending who you are not, or feeding who you are not, or nurturing who you are not. So almost every thought that is as a reaction to what is present is nurturing who you are not. Every reaction. And every time you want to convert that energy, you want to get this energy that comes through your mind and through your choice and through your attention. For that energy of prana to come through you, you have to remain in choiceless awareness. So this is why choice that we make, that is in direct response to the survival of the body, is a natural response. That choice is appropriate. But when you choose as that comes from addiction to pleasure or of fear of pain, that choice is what takes your life energy and converts it to unconscious, because it is unconscious energy that you put out to change external things, and it creates more unconscious reaction. And then you evaluate the experience by saying, you did it to me, or it came from outside. Why? Because the perceiver was established in the self-image that has separated from the self. And therefore, whatever you perceive externally also appears to be separated from the self. You're getting it? This is very subtle. Why do we say it seems to be like that? Because we are shifting. So when attention, or when I am identified with my thoughts, look what happens. The thoughts are, the I am is passing through the thought forms. Listen to this. When I am identified with my thought forms, I am is passing through the thought forms. So formless assumes the forms you give with your thoughts and your energy body. And you create your own world. This is very obvious if you really understand. So the thought forms, how are you creating your own world and then complaining about it and then blame your wife, your husband, your family, your government? That's not true. You are creating your own world and living in it, but you do not know. So if you know you are creating your own world, then you know what you don't like, you can choose not to create it. But what you don't like, when it comes as a reaction, you are recreating what you don't like. Why don't you like reaction? How come reaction of don't like something, someone, some situation? How does it create self-destruction? Because you are through reaction, you are splitting your biological energy that is nourishing, that is feeding your body, that is restorative, regenerative, self-healing. You converted it into unconscious by reacting to someone or something. So that is why every time you are identified, so you are converting the formless I am, take the energy, which is consciousness and energy are one in entire creation. But in human beings, consciousness, when it goes through the medium of the mind, we have the freedom to create our own reality, independent life experiences. So we take our own individual thoughts, take the cosmic consciousness, omnipresent presence, I am, and its extension, prana, through which it has manifest in our body, and convert it into perceptual reality. And we experience, why? Because now we are experiencing what we converted through our mind. Why? Because it lives in your body. Those thought forms that you gave lives in your body. It doesn't live outside. Then when it lives in your body as emotional reactions, fear, jealousy, blame, hatred, self-rejection, guilt, when it lives in you, and it doesn't feel comfortable, you feel unhappy about it, then you say, well, I'll have a drink. I'll go on a vacation. I'll buy a new house. I'll start a new business. I'll do some yoga, exercise. That is not going to get you anywhere. I'm going to get married even. Doesn't matter. Whatever you do outside, if you do not remove that anger, fear, jealousy that is built into your unconscious body, it is going to be a perpetual source of stress and conflict within you, which manifests into all forms of physical, mental, and emotional disorders. Who created it? God? Did your wife create it? Did your husband create it? Did Guru or Master create it? No. You created it. See, once you know this secret, you have a tremendous power to change everything in your life. Everything. And because each person is creating with his own thought forms, you can see somebody who is paranoid is creating something out of the same thing that is happening in the world, same news, same newspaper, same people, but they think differently about it, and they create their own world, and then they complain about it and hold somebody else responsible for it. That is called insane. You have lost your sanity that can see the reality as it is. So at this stage of collective humanity is going through insanity, level of development. And few people who recognize this, they will rise above it. And that's why this is